had to deal with some of this stuff when you were growing up. Bullying is brutal. Maybe it's not even physically brutal, it's just mentally the psychological damage that can be done from bullying. Everything I Couldn't Tell My Mother by Pauleanna Reid describes her experiences, how you managed to break through the fear and the loneliness, and eventually you were able to talk to your parents about it, but it took a long time. So let's start with what was happening to you. Why did you want to write this book?
I was inspired to write this book because growing up, I mean, it's tough being a girl. No matter what background you come from, no matter what religion you are, it's tough being a girl, period. And so oftentimes you find yourself in situations where you don't know how to navigate, you don't know what is right from what's wrong. You might be peer pressured into certain things. And so I went through so many tough circumstances, from bullying, mental illness, suicidal attempts. Wow. It was really tough. I mean, we live in a very cruel world, right? And so I wanted to write this book so I could release myself of some of the secrets I have been withholding from my mother.
Why didn't you feel comfortable approaching your parents about this?
Because oftentimes your parents, they look at you as a child. They don't look at you as a young woman growing up, and sometimes they don't always see the world through your eyes as well. And you may come to them with a situation, but they may shrug it off, or they may not fully listen or fully engage in what you're saying. And sometimes you may feel like they just don't understand. And it's true, sometimes parents just don't understand. So a lot of times young adults, we suffer in silence. And then that's why things escalate. That's why the suicidal rates are so high. That's why we're losing so many young adults to mental illness. It's because we're suffering in silence and we don't know where to turn.
And you feel alone. You think you're the only one going through this, right?
Absolutely, when the truth is so many other people are going through it as well. And you can have so much peace by opening up and sharing things with other people. It takes a lot of courage to do so. And it's a two-way street. When you come to your parents, they have to be willing to receive the information, understand it, listen, and provide you with positive communication and positive feedback.
So in the case of the bullying that you were encountering, if you had gone to your parents, what would you have wanted them to say?
I would wanted them to be a support for me, emotionally, mentally. I mean, I did not expect them to fight my battles for me, but I mean, just having that support there would have given me the extra confidence to get out of bed each day, would have given me the extra mental toughness to get through each day. You know, your parents won't always be around, but it's really comforting to know that they are by your side. And eventually, once I opened up, I realized that, you know, they are by my side and that they were going to be there for me, but I should have said something sooner. It
was your own fear of the rejection, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
Did they not see any clues? Were you not showing depression? What about the suicide attempts? They must have seen something going on.
You know what? A lot of times, parents don't know what's going on with their teenagers because we cover it up very well.
That's true.
Every day, I woke up with a fake smile on my face and I acted as if everything was fine. And it's very hard. I don't blame parents because no one teaches you how to become a parent, and it's very hard to figure out what's going on with your child because you ask them, how was their day? They say fine. And that's it, right? You don't get an elaborate answer. So there weren't many signs because I was a very, very good actress.
Well, here you are today. You're the picture of health. You've got a great business, a style business. You're an entrepreneur. You're a motivational speaker. So somewhere along the way, you turned the switch. And tell me what that turning point was.
You know what? When I was at my very, very lowest, I made the choice, because we all have choices in life, I made the choice to turn my frustration into motivation. I realized that when you've hit rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up. And I wanted, for myself, I wanted everything that was on the other side of my fear. So I made the choice to get up every day and take baby steps. And I used baby steps as a form of progress, and I would celebrate my small milestones along the way.
For example?
For example, I mean, the little things that a lot of people took for granted when I was going through my depression, such as getting out of bed, brushing my teeth, combing my hair, it took me a lot of effort to do those things. So to me, that was a good day. Just by getting out of bed or socializing with other people or getting through the day at school, that was an awesome day for me, right? So, I mean, I had to celebrate those things in order to achieve big things. And I really think that it's important to move forward with an optimistic point of view and just know that things will get better, because they will if you continue moving forward. But if you don't move forward, you don't know.
So you would literally say, all right, you got up, you brushed your teeth, you washed your face,
yes,
you put on some lip gloss. Today's going to be okay.
Today is going to be okay. And once you get over that hump, you feel a sense of relief. It's the most amazing feeling.
Wow. Well, you've documented it here and shared all of the things that happened to you, and you're giving advice too to parents, which is so great. Because I think parents forget. We were in your shoes.
Absolutely.
Not that long ago,
I think you guys do forget.
We totally forget that. And we see things from an adult perspective, and we know it's fine out here, but we forget when you're growing up, you don't have that perspective.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for parents to talk with your teens and not at them all the time.
So what can parents be looking out for? If we know that kids aren't going to necessarily come to them and open up, how can we get in there ourselves?
I think it's important for parents to take the initiative to talk about those sensitive subjects, whether that's sexual curiosity and drugs or bullying. You, as a parent, I believe, should open up, because the teens are not going to just randomly come to you and ask, or maybe they might, but you have to be prepared to handle those situations. We need the tools and the resources to be well equipped for success when we enter those dangerous situations. I feel like once you talk with your parents, once parents talk with their teens and not at them, you create a safe space. We want to feel safe when we're talking to you. We don't want to feel like you're shaming us, or that you feel, we want to feel like
judge you.
Absolutely, and that makes us want to open up to you more. Okay. Confidentiality is also a big one too. We want to make sure that we trust you.
To not talk to Aunt Sue about it, or maybe even to the other parent,
exactly.
Potentially. Thank you. Good advice. A very good reminder. Get the book. Can we pick this up at a lot of places?
Absolutely. Indigo.ca, Barnes & Noble, everythingIcouldn'ttellmymother.com.
And Pauleannareid.com. You can find it there too.
Absolutely.
When we come back, pork side ribs with bivy and some cocktails. Great stuff.